Well, good morning. Sorry I am a little late. Once again, technical issues. I don't know. I have everything all set up. I have not touched this computer since last night. I turned it on again this morning to check that everything is okay to start this stream, and my sound is all messed up. I don't know what it is. Don't know what it is. I exited the program and restarted it this morning, and who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk? So good morning, Candy and Lily, and hi, Carol, and Juanita, and Ombre. Wow, quite a few here already this morning. So I thought we'd do a little bit of a stitch with me and a little bit of chatting. So let's switch to the other scene so that you can see what we're working on today. Here we go. Hello, Julia. Here we go. Sir Frederick Frosty. 20 count, 1/1, and now my chat is not showing up. Hi, Ghislaine. Ah, there it is. Hi, Allie. How are you? Oh, good. You can hear just fine. Awesome. You would not believe. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just don't know. Pardon me. Everything was working fine. Fine, absolutely fine. And I didn't turn off the computer, but of course I shut down OBS because, it didn't want it necessarily running all night. Started it up this morning, checked the sound, and oh, you're not seeing the chat, Carol? It's not on the screen? Hold on. Hey, Barb! Are you feeling better, I hope? Okay. No, that's not it. Hold on. Let me check the chat box. It should be coming through. It is on my end. Carol, do you see it on the screen? Nope. Oh, once again, an issue. Okay, here. How about that? Julia, it all looks good to you? Okay. Allie, you're seeing it. Julia, you're seeing it. Okay. Maybe if I refresh it. Okay. Oh, okay. As long as you see it on the window. Okay, there's a little bit of a lag for it to come through. Oh, Barb, it's the computer gremlins. They sneak in when you're busy looking the other way. Yes, they do. They do. They are out to get me. I swear. I swear. It's there. It's all good now. Okay. Oh. I keep saying, for an old lady, my technical skills are pretty good, but sometimes they do get the best of me. Wow, we got a ton of people here this morning. That is absolutely fabulous. Let's see, Julia, Carol, Crafty Librarian, Juanita, Candy, Barb, Marg. Okay, I can't say your name. Is it Margarita, Central Europe? And Gail. Oh, yes. It's not personal care and it's their job. Is that what they get paid for? Hello, Silja. How are you? Well, if it's their job, I'm going to fire them. Oh, Crafty, you're Becky. Okay, I will try and very hard to remember that. Very hard. I always say I'm really good with faces, names. Mm, not so much. Not so much. But I try. I try. I have to find a way to associate it. Hi, Jackie. You have 10 minutes. Oh, well, I'm glad you have 10 minutes. Wow. Lots of people here this morning. This is wonderful. Wonderful. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So I thought we'd stitch, or I would stitch a little bit on Sir Frederick Frosty. Here, let me zoom out. Nope, that's in. Here's an out. So you can see how much of him is done. So he's coming along. I think, let me check. I think I'm at all but 39%. All but 38.6%. Ah, Lily, thank you. Don't forget to hit the like. You guys are the best. You guys are absolutely the best. Yeah. Some people are having trouble with some, I don't know if they're trolls or, well, hello, Royal Stitcher, Allison. I was just going to mention you in a little bit. Some people are having trouble with trolls. I guess they're trolls, or the nasty comments on their streams. And I don't know why some people think I don't know, maybe they need to get a life. Becky, this is Sir Frederick Frosty. It's a Heaven and Earth design. It's a Christmas stocking, and I'm sorry if I keep bumping this little camera thing. It's a Christmas stocking for my daughter. Oh, yeah. I don't get as, no, it's not that I don't get. I don't spend quite as much time stitching since I messed up my arm picking up my big fat cat and lifting him to get a drink out of the sink. So I am still stitching, but not quite as long as what I had been, because it just gives my arm some owies. Oh, well, Allison, yes, I was going to mention you today, so seriously, we will have to do that. Allison came up with a method to stitch her Heaven and Earth designs that, should I say, is a bit unique. I think I started this at the wrong spot. Unique in its own way. She coined the phrase Royal Rose because her last name is Royal, and what she's stitching. Yeah, Barb, you're absolutely right. People need to get a life and stop putting nasty comments. And yeah, that I'll get back to you in a second, Allison. I what kind of set it off for me was I posted, I forget what group, and someone was asking about stitching over one and talking about their thread slipping underneath the fabric threads. So, I mean, you guys know me being me, I had to put, not had to, but I put a comment and posted a little, that little chart that I've given a lot of you that shows the sequence to stitch so that you are actually locking your thread and it's not slipping under your fabric threads, and explained that and why that works, and posted that little picture. And I have someone who put that, I think it's a hater's face. It's that orange angry looking face on my comment. I thought, what about this is there to be angry about? I didn't get it. So, of course, I just went, yeah, well, if you don't like it, that's too bad. It's my post, it's my channel, and I try very hard to make, not that you have to make everybody happy, but to do the right thing. And yeah. So anyway, back to Allison. Allison has coined the phrase royal rose. And it's not a new method. Well, it's a take. Oh, well, Becky, you're right. Maybe they just bumped the wrong one. However, if you bump the wrong one, you can fix it. You just tap on it again and pick a new one. So, yeah. This person was mentioned in another group, in another place. I think it's this person. But anyway, be that neither here nor there. I just am trying to ignore them because I think that's just the best thing to do, and not give them any satisfaction that maybe it was annoying. So that's where we're at. But anyway, I keep getting distracted from Allison. She took a lot of people stitch in blocks on the diagonal. And so they would stitch like all of this block, then all of this block, then all of this block. Hi, Linda. And work down the diagonal that way. And as you see here, I was doing cross country within the diagonal, but I watched Allison's video and decided, well, maybe that is another method to try. Sometimes all these threads make me a little crazy, but we're gonna give this a try. So what she's doing, and I'm only going to do it by page, is doing 2 blocks and then parking in the third and working all across the top that way. So you pick your color, and my next color is 3743, which I gotta find it here. Oh, I have one started. So what I will do is work all of 3743, which is, like I said, my next color. And I'm going to do it in this block here. And then look at the block below, and if there's nothing there, then end the thread. She does not park into the block aside. Oh, Allison is Royal Stitcher. Jackie, yes, the locking thread method. Um, I do have that in a video, and I'm hard pressed at the moment to tell you which one. However, however, since I started that new little segment, uh, what did I call it? Karen's Book of Knowledge. I'm going to redo a lot of those beginning videos where I explained like how to stitch over one, how to start threads, how to end threads, how to all that stuff, all those little how-to tips. And I am going to redo a lot of them, and then I'm going to put them in that playlist so that we can make them easier for all of you to find. So it's going to be like Crisscross Stitch said, a little encyclopedia of needlework. How do I just Allison, I think it's if she just searches your name. Okay, if you can't park in the 2 block below end thread. Oh, she ends. Okay, if she can't park down in this next block. So if I'm going to finish this block, and then that will be my 2. Okay. If it's not in this block, then what she does is does an away thread and brings it up over here so that when she stitches these 2 blocks, it stitches, you stitch over that thread so that when she's ready to do these 2 blocks, she can cut all those ends off. Oh, Becky, you're too kind. No, I just, you know what? That's just what I try to do, what you guys, what will help you guys the most. That's why I do these, that's why I do these videos. Absolutely. So, like I said, it's something that I'm trying. So far, now I was working, let's see if I can move this stand a little bit. I was working over here, but this is pretty much confetti. And I didn't want to do that on a live stream. So that's why I came back over here and decided to, because this is, there's confetti, don't get me wrong. It's just not as heavy as over there. So it's a little bit easier to talk and stitch at the same time. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And as long as I can keep my right hand underneath. You guys give me more credit than I deserve. I just try and explain it the way. Yes, Candy, I saw those. I saw those. Kamari. Kamari? I think that's how you say her name. Is doing some live streams again, which is really, I left her a message. To say that I was very glad to see her back stitching again on stream. I am just fascinated by the way I'm going to have to do this, and hopefully my arm will tolerate it. I'm just fascinated with the way she stitches. It just amazes me. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, and I've had discussions with people about this before. Um, she does not start her threads. She just leaves a tail. And she does not end any threads. She just leaves a tail. And I'm going to assume they all get stitched over at some point in time. Um, but it's just fascinating, just fascinating to watch her stitch. I just get hooked in on it. Oh, you were about to ask how my arm, for the most part, is better. Um, that being said, and I'm just going to put a little tuck here so I know this is a cut off one. That being said, if I overuse it, it bothers me. Oh, there we are. So I have to be careful. I can't stitch excessively over long periods of time, which, hey, you know what? If I have to adapt to that, so be it. It is, that is what it is. And as long as I can at least stitch some, I'll be a happy camper. These colors are so light, it's hard to see that you have something. Um, yeah, as long as I don't overdo it, it's okay. I can live with that. So actually, what I've been doing is uh, when I'm not stitching, I'm knitting up some socks. Yeah. How I saw your picture this morning, Allison, your ankle. How did I hurt my arm? Oh my God. It was stupid. But first, let me preface it with I probably was my own worst enemy. Let me get a thread here. I gotta bring it up here. Gotta bring it up here so I can see. It's hard to see to pull a thread when it's too far away. Um, I probably was my own worst enemy because what I tore the tendon in my bicep. Now, repetitive motion, as in stitching, where you're stitching one-handed, which really is my preferred way. Hi, Tracy, of bumping the camera and giving you all a little bit of seasickness, which is putting your needle down, taking your hand, pulling it through, putting the needle up, bringing your hand, pulling it up. Okay? Repetitive motion probably started to fray that tendon. So, when my husband was upstate, um, he goes up to his hunting camp up near the Pennsylvania-New York line. He was away. And he has this habit in the morning of lifting the cats up so they can drink from the faucet. They're kind of spoiled that way. So I was making my coffee and I was standing at the sink getting my stuff together to make coffee. And Odie, who is my, okay, he's not over here, who is my big fat 20 plus pound orange cat, is standing at the sink going meow, meow, and looking up like, I want to get up there. I want a drink. So I bend down, go to pick him up, and as soon as I lifted him, I had this excruciating pain in my arm when my tendon actually decided to give up and totally tear. So, a word to the wise. A word to the wise. Don't pick up your fat cat. Yeah. From now on, he can stand at that sink and go, meow. Yeah, Odie needs to lose weight. Tell that to Glenn. Although I think he is on weight management food. And I think my husband is finally starting to give him a little bit less. But he really doesn't want you to. He will pest and pest and pest until he gets what he wants. But yeah, word to the wise, don't pick up a fat cat, especially if you're a stitcher and are already having issues with your arms. But that's how I did it. Yeah. And of course, Miss Accident Prone here does those things one day before she is going to a stitching retreat in Ocean City, Maryland. But I didn't have to stay home. Yeah, my cats are not very vocal cats. Other than when they really, or other than Odie, when he really, really, really wants something. Then he'll do his little meow. But that's as good as it gets. So what is everybody, are you guys stitching while I'm sitting here yakking about anything but stitching? And hot. Holy smokes, it's hot. Okay, I gotta bring this up here. I can't do that when it's down on the chair. It's too far away. I can't see. He does eat too much. But like I said, tell that to Glenn. Glenn thinks, he for the longest time he would say to me, oh, he's just big boned. He's just big boned. Yeah, he's big boned, all right. He weighs close to 25 pounds. That's bigger than picking up a bag of flour. Oh. I don't know, guys. You're trying to stay awake, Carol. Yeah, what time? Oh, what time is it there? You should be sleeping. Allison, you're stitching deep blue. Oh, that is such a pretty design. Oh, Mini Silja, Mini Vaccinated by Randall Spangler. I think I remember what that one looks like. I have to look it up again. But his designs are nice. Lily, you're at work trying to stay awake. Oh my goodness. My new head is on the UK, so fingers crossed it will be here next week. All right. All right. I want to. It's 1:15. That's way past your bedtime, Carol. I want to get, let me see if I can find it here on my iPad. I'm using my iPad to stitch from today, but that's okay. You get heaven and earth and see if I can show it to you. It is, oh, come on. Things just don't like me today. Soon I'm just going to take technology and throw it against the wall. Here we go. Barb already saw this one. Oops. I think it's under new releases. It's easier to find that way without signing in. No, that's not it. Hold on. I was all set to do the grand library. That was going to be my, oh, I really want to start this one until, come on. Oh, until I saw, let me hold it under here. Until, oops, too big, too big. Until I saw, too big. Okay, maybe I do it up here to this camera. Until I saw this one. Oh, and I just think I might have to really do that one. It's called Time Bridge by the Solo Collection. Oh, I think I might have to, it might have to be a new, it might have to be a new start. Like I need another new start. Like I need another hole in the head. Yeah. Like I don't have enough other ones started. But you know, it just is what it is. They are just jealous of you, everyone. I bought some 40 count linen to give it a go, but I'm having a difficult time seeing how to stitch over two. Do you have any recommendations? Or yes. Oh, let me think. Let me think. I think I do have a how to stitch over two video. Let me look at, see. So many times I put, and that's why I am kind of redoing those a lot of the how-to videos, because so many times, in fact, I probably have to go back and watch my own videos to see what I put in them. so many times I put those little tips in with other things. So there's the loop start, loop. So it's hard to know which video I talked about that in. So yeah, a lot of the, oh, here's one. It's number 65. And it's how to stitch on linen. And if I remember correctly, because I did that video 2 years ago, if I remember correctly, that's how to stitch over 2 on linen. So check out number 65. And if that, see if that helps you. I will also be redoing, redoing, like I said, a lot of the how-to videos, because so much of that's incorporated in with other videos and they aren't on its own separate one. So that's a lot of the reason why I started that, the videos called the Book of Knowledge, so that everything, all those tips and tricks and how to do things can all be put in there so that there's a place to go to look at them or to make finding them easier. So I'm working on that. It's going to be a process, but that's the reason Kaylee put that in my little jingle. Because that is kind of the mission here of late. Let's see. What else? Oh, Carol, I hope you didn't tear your bicep either. Swollen, painful. Ooh. Oh, Silja, wow, that's awesome. Hats off. You're working on 20 hates at the moment? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't know that I could live that long. Yeah. I'm getting, how can I say? The older I get, the pickier I get about what I want to stitch. When you start to realize your mortality, and I'm just a stone's throw away from 71, so it's like, okay, how many more of these big projects? Although it's more that it's more the process anymore than the finish. So it's more stitch on what it is that you really, really like. Uh, yeah, Lily's mama. Yeah, check out that video. That should help you. And if you have questions, if you have questions, just send me an email or a message on Facebook Messenger or Instagram or wherever, and I will try and help you out. That's always an option. And Silja, no one said you would ever finish them. I love it. I love it. Yeah, let's see. I have, how many do I have started? More than I think I care to admit. Let's see. I have one, two, three, four. So the one I want to start is number 5. Then that's just Heaven and Earth Designs. Then there's 2 long dog samplers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's best to be, I gotta tilt this a little because I can't see. At this stage of the game, it's best to be a process stitcher and not a looking for finishes. Because probably it ain't gonna be happening. At least not anytime soon. Yeah. And I was so disappointed because I need to send Patoki an email again. Oh, I got so excited. Hear about. Oh, Candy, well, we'll catch you next time, but thank you for dropping by. I'm glad you stopped in. It's always nice to see people stop back. I love it. I absolutely love it. Um, yeah, I always try and touch base occasionally with Michael at Patoki because they are in Ukraine and, just want to, hey, are you guys okay? You're not being affected by anything. And it's more of a concern and not really about my stand. But he always, when he replies, always puts in a comment about my stand. And here, I'm going to say it's 3 weeks ago now, he told me that my stand would have shipped or was going to ship the week after I talked to him, which would be 2 weeks ago. And I still haven't gotten a ship notice. And I got so excited and went, oh my God, it's coming, it's coming. And yeah, I still haven't gotten the notice. So I want to send him another message and say, oh, what happened? I've been waiting since March. Well, I ordered it March of 21. I paid for it September of 21. So I'm looking at almost 9 months ago. So, oh, good night, Carol. Sleep well. So I want to see what's happening because I'd like to get some use out of it yet. Because one never knows. So we'll see what he has to say. I want to do all the things, but I can't bring myself to start something new until I finish what I'm working on. Do you know what, Lily's mama? That's a good idea. However, it doesn't always work for me. Sometimes it just jumps, it just nags at me until I start it. So, ugh. I have one. Oh, Juanita, that's sad. You know what? I had a piece like that. It was, took me a long, just hang on to it because there may come a time. Um, Years and years, well, it's been a long time ago because both my parents have been gone since I was in my 40s. So a very, very long time ago. But when I was stitching Church Street by Barbara and Cheryl, which is it was actually it's a full coverage piece, and it's a big house with gardens and gates and all this good stuff. And I was working on that when I got a phone call in the middle of the night that my father had passed away. And it took me the longest time to pick that piece up again. I'm going to say it sat for well over a year until I finally picked it up again and finished it, because it was just that, it brings back those memories. So I just kind of avoided it for a period of time. So now I'm going to just sit and chat a little while, because the arm is starting to give me a little bit of a fit. So let me switch. Oh dear, let me switch around here. Okay, there we go. There we go. See, I have to just do, don't look at my mess in the background. I have to just do, ouch, short periods of time. Ah, Kelly, is that right? 18 months after payment. Oh my God. Well, let's see. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, and now we're in June. So that's 9 months. 9 months ago. I think what's disappointing, and like I said, they are fabulous, and Michael is always very responsive. And I don't have a problem with that. Where I get stuck and frustrated is, okay, wait, it's going to ship next week. Wait for my message next week with the shipping information, and then it doesn't ship. And it's been this roller coaster. I paid for it in September. It was due to ship in October. It didn't ship. I waited till December and inquired about it. And then it's going to ship the beginning of January. It didn't ship. I waited again. And it was going to ship. It didn't ship. Waited again. So it's like, you know what? Just don't give me a tentative ship time, because I get all excited and then it doesn't ship. And then that's extremely disappointing. Because like I said, I'd at least like to I'd at least like to get some use out of it, you know? I have the mini stand. What I'm waiting for is my floor stand. I got the M4 floor stand, which is, if any of you have watched Luda, she did a demonstration on it, quite a long time ago. But it's a piece that sits on the floor, and it comes at you from the side, and it will hold a hoop or a Q-snap. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for. No, that is what I'm waiting for. And like I said, it just gets disappointing. So, oh, I don't want to do that. Um, yeah, so I just kind of am hanging in there, waiting and waiting some more and waiting some more and then waiting some more. And yeah, like I said, just a little disappointing. Uh-oh, where'd my chat go? There it is. I didn't put a chat on this screen. Let me insert one. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm fixing it. Oh, what did I do? Where'd you go? There we go. I just wanted to unlock it so that we could do this and this so that you can. Oh, how do you like me fixing my screens while you guys are chatting? Okay, why is my chat box not coming in here? Oh, golly geez. Let's go here. Let's just turn this webcam off. There we go. And then let's. Ay, 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 ay. See, technicalities, technicalities. Okay, let's make this bigger. There we go. Now, did my chat come through? It should. It should. When somebody types something, we'll be able to tell. So Kelly, you got the small one. Okay. Linda, Allison, I'm crusted royalty. Tell him you'll get bad reviews to 1,500 subscribers. Oh my, yeah. I do want to do a demo of it when it comes, and he knows that. He knows I have a channel, and he knows that I want to make a video of the stand. Now, the one I got is the M4, so it holds hoops and Q-snaps. There is another one, and I think it's an M5 that will hold the quantum frames or the millennium frames. I wanted a floor stand for my millennium, but was told by that company it would be 2 years. Oh my God, 2 years? Well, hey, no, wait. We're working on 2 years here. It's not going to be too long until we hit that 2 year mark with Patoki. So, yeah. But, you know, it is what it is. And you know, what are you gonna do? You're at the mercy of the system. You're at, you know, first it was COVID, and that slowed things up because they could only have so many workers in the factory, and people were sick and all of that good stuff. And COVID was no sooner, not that it's going away because it's never going to go away, but it's less of a problem. And now they're at war with Russia, but they've always had, this part of Ukraine anyway, has always had dealings with Russia trying to invade. It's just that now it's 100 times worse. So what are you going to do? You're just at the mercy of it is what it is, and you just have to wait. And I just have to hope one day it will come and I'll at least get to use it a little bit. So we shall see. We shall see. So so let's see what else. Yeah. I wonder why the millenniums are taking 2 years. Do they only make them every so often? Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Rigged up boxes on one side of my Lowry stand to the other. I feel like I'm locked in a cockpit when I'm stitching. Oh, Kelly, that's funny. But hey, you know what? If it holds it, it yeah. And I would imagine your scrolls are like huge. They're like really long. Because I have a Lowry. It's back, no, it's right here that I was stitching on. And I have that adapter, that wooden adapter thing, but I could not make it work with a quantum frame. It just wasn't working. It was just it was still too and even I have a 15-pound weight on the base, but I just could not make it work. It's not a problem. I'm grateful I can stitch. I felt so bad for the women that don't have the luxury right now. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Jackie, that's true. It is hard to make a decision. It's you have to look at your stitching style. You have to look, do you want something that sits in front of you? Do you want something like the Lowry that comes in from the side? Yeah. Do you want to be able to flip your work? And how do you want to be able to flip your work? You know, that's the thing that sold me on the mini Patoki stand, was the way you flipped your work. Because I mean, you attach it and it's here in front of you, and a lot of stands you have to flip up and away from you to get to the back. However, the thing that sold me on Patoki was the fact that I'm stitching here in front of me, but I could just go like this. I could just turn it over 180 degrees to the right or left and get to the back quite easily. It was a lot less hassle, because if you're flipping up and away from you, then you're leaning in and you're going, oh my God, I can't see. I can't see what I'm doing. You know, I'm already having enough issues that I don't need to add to that any more than I'm already adding to it. So yeah, that was the reason that Patoki was just as soon as I saw that, as soon as Country Stitchers, Deb and Liz, showed that and showed how you get to the back, it was like, yeah, I want me one of them. You know, so I ordered it, and that came, wow, relatively timely without any issues. Just this one's taking a bit longer. So I'll have to send Michael a text again and see what's up, see what's going on, you know. And I always worry, did something happen? You know, are they still okay? Because the way things are, you just never know. So anyway, and that's true, Allison. You don't need to flip. Absolutely, absolutely. I am rather enjoying the way you're stitching. I have, when I'm not trying to stitch and talk at the same time, which, can be a little bit of a challenge. Um, I am finding it to be a bit faster, or it feels faster because I'm seeing stuff filled in faster as opposed to just, um, say, using Stitching Mama's typewriter method. Yes, things get filled in, but it gets filled in at a slower rate. Here you have it filled in, within a short period of time, and it didn't take long till, oh wow, look at that, oh wow, it feels like you're finishing things. So, that's really nice. I'm liking it. The only thing is, though, just to try it out, because a lot of people, I have an Android, so I have Pattern Keeper. I have an iPad, and I had purchased that Markup RXP a while ago when it first came out, and I wasn't real. Oh, okay. You finish below when you get to the end of the two block. Oh, got ya, got ya. Because you go all the way across. Got it. So you put your away thread to the underneath them and stitch over it. Makes sense. Makes sense. Um, but anyway, I've been using Pattern Keeper all the time. And when Markup RXP first came out, I downloaded that and did the trial, and it was okay, and it's on an iPad or an Android. So I purchased it, and this was, wow, quite a while ago, because I liked some of the features that it had. I liked, um, yeah, Kelly, you're right. The back does get very thick with that. Yeah. I like the fact that it saved your daily stitch count, and you'd like an Android to see in Pattern Keeper what you stitched like 2 days before. You had to go in and change the clock and then open your chart again so that it showed what it was 2 days ago. Then you had to go back and change the clock and set it for the correct time and all of that. Where Markup gives you a running tally of every day, how many stitches you stitched. Um, you could put notes in. Let me see what there were quite a few features that I liked under the info section. I mean, it told you how many stitches you have parked. Gives you your percentage. It tells you how many stitches you still have to do. It gives you the time that you stitched today. Like today, it says I stitched for 2 hours. Well, that was like 2 hours off and on. Um, it tells you how many. Yeah, it gives you a lot of reports, and it tells you like it estimates your days to completion. Like if you're consistently stitching at, say, 300 stitches a day, it will tell you when you can expect to have it completed. So it has a lot of nice features. But what it didn't have, and now does, is it didn't, like, Pattern Keeper downloads your legend right away and tells you this symbol is this color and there's X amount of stitches. And it's always done that. Markup didn't do that in the beginning. However, this last update, it now does do that. They have updated it to include that, and you can now click on a symbol and it will tell you the color number and how many stitches. So they did include that. So that's why I switched Sir Frederick Frosty into the markup app to try and give that a try and see, do I like that one as well as Pattern Keeper, and kind of compare the two. So that may be a future video now that these updates have been made. I mean, it basically operates the same way. There are some differences in the operation, and it takes me a little bit to get accustomed to that. Like, I have my Pattern Keeper set up that if I pick a symbol, I don't use the magnifying glass. I just double tap on it and it will highlight all those symbols. And once I have them marked that I stitched them, I can just double tap them and all of them are marked. This one works a little bit differently in the fact that you can have to use the magnifier glass to highlight. You use the markup tool to mark them off that you stitched them. But in order for that highlight to go away and show them as marked, you have to go back to the magnifier tool. So it's, there's some differences, and it takes a little bit to, to get used to that. But are the extra features that it has, is it worth making the switch? Plus the fact that it works on an iPad and an Android. So you can do it on either operating system. So that will probably be a future video at some point in time. We shall see. If you guys have suggestions, for videos that you want included in that book of tips, tricks, and knowledge, let me know so that I can do those videos and put them in there. I know I've been saying, and I need to do some more Hardanger videos to show you guys that participated in those sessions of learning how to do it, to teach you how to do some filling stitches. So that's also on the list. And actually, if I spend my time making all the videos that I need to make, I probably won't have much stitching time. Which at this point, that's okay too, because I can't stitch for long periods of time. It's 15 minutes, a half hour here, 15 minutes, a half hour there. In between, I do some knitting, but I want to finish my pair of socks, guys. But then I need to start making these videos of tips and techniques. Which reminds me, here's the one for you. How many people, I have to see if I have something here to use to show you what I mean, but I can explain it. How many of you, oh, Stilja, you use the ball tip needle. Oh, is that not awesome? I love it. I love them because your stitching is so much neater with them. I absolutely love them. Yes, and it does speed up your stitching because you're not splitting things or having to go back and fix something because it's split. But here's another tip for you. Now, I don't have a piece of something to actually show you, but how many of you like to stitch two-handed, but you don't necessarily have a stand? Well, see, I am full of some good things sometimes. How many of you don't have a stand, but you have a Q-snap and you're holding it like this and stitching? Okay, I can't. Maybe I need to back out a little bit more here. Hold on. Logitech. Watch it. Oh, golly gee whizzers. The ballpoint needles are by Sullivan's. You used to be able to buy them bulk, but not anymore. Okay. Well, that doesn't show me much here. But how many times you're holding your Q-snap like this and you're stitching this way? Or you're holding like this and you're stitching this way. And you really would prefer to stitch two-handed. Okay? Well, here's a trick. Get yourself some ribbon or a long piece of cording or something that you can make a big giant loop out of. Okay, here, I'm going to do it with a piece of yarn. Here we go. This was a end of a ball of yarn. Okay. So at least you'll get it won't be ideal, but at least you'll get the idea. Okay. So you take something. All right. And what you do is you put it around your neck like this. And then you hold your Q-snap. And what I would do is probably come up with a length before I put a knot in it. Okay. So maybe I need it that big. Okay. So what I'm going to do is kind of tie it together so that you have a big long like a big long ring. Okay. So you put that around your neck. And then you take your Q-snap and you put it around the back of your Q-snap. See? Okay. So you put it around the back of your Q-snap or the scroll frame, and it holds it right here. Or whatever position you want to, which way do I need to go? Here we go. Whatever position is comfortable for you. So this is probably a little short. So I would have to make this a little longer, but you just attach it, just hook it past up here, and you set it against you and let it fall. But you set it against you, and this either yarn or cording or ribbon or whatever it is you use holds it for you, and you can stitch two-handed. So that's a little trick if you want to try that, or say you're going somewhere that you can't take a stand, or you can't use your lap stand or whatever. So, that's just a quick little do. Oh, Kelly. Oh, you make me laugh. Like a cigarette sales girl in the 40s. But boob height. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Or whatever height you needed to comfortably stitch that way. I actually had forgotten about that, about doing that. And it was many, many years ago. Someone told me about that. And before I had any kind of stand, that's what I used to do. I used to sit and I think I had I think I used like a ribbon, a long piece of ribbon. And I was actually stitching on a scroll frame at the time. So the scroll frame has the knobs on the top rod. So you could actually attach it to those knobs instead of going all the way around the back. Attach it to those knobs, put it around the back of your neck, and hold it, put it against you, and it will hold it the same way as a Q-snap. You kind of, unless you could incorporate it in one of the clamps, which would also be another possibility. Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice little trick for if you want to stitch two-handed, you don't have a stand, your hand is tired from holding it like this and doing this. If I was going to use this size frame, I would actually want to use it like this direction, where I could, again, lean it against me and take some of the pressure off my hand. But there's all kinds of things that you can do. There's all kinds of yeah, there's just think outside the box and come up with different ways to solve a problem, and for some people, that's a problem, or the way things are today, not everybody can afford to buy a stand, and you certainly might have something around the house that you can use to do something like that. So hello. So what else do we have? Let's see. We've been 10:30, 11:30. We've been on here an hour and a half. My goodness. My goodness. So does anybody have anything else you want to chat about? Could you just imagine seeing the stitching maniac at the airport? Oh, what a picture. Oh my goodness, those magnifying goggles with the two lights. Yeah. What I was picturing in my head was not those white ones that sit and have the light here and the glass. What I was picturing is those stitching glasses by Craft Optics. Have you seen those? And it's a pair of glasses, and they have what look like binoculars. People rave about them. They say they're fantastic, but it looks like a pair of binoculars attached to the lenses of the glasses. And they put your prescription in, and then they put these magnifier things on them, which, yeah, that's what they reminded me of, binoculars. So that's what I'm picturing. And they have lights in them. And yeah, you snap surround her like that with the floss hanging in the, yeah. Oh, gave me just a wonderful picture. Your Q snaps is in a customized cardboard box while I can't decide what to buy. Yeah, I mean, it's a hard decision. It's a hard decision. I wish I kept count of the number of stands I have tried, liked, then disliked forever and for whatever reason. Um, and then gotten rid of the stand and tried another kind of stand. So yeah, it's basically uh it's basically trial and error. You know what? And I like my nerd stand, and I did videos on the nerd stands, and I do like them. However, they flip up this way. So, yeah, try something else. What can you say? Your stitching fairy godmother amazes you again. Barb, you're a hoot. For those of you that don't know or haven't watched her, if you haven't watched Kaylee of Kaylee Cross Stitch, she refers to me as her stitching fairy godmother, which is so sweet of her. What can I say? And then I have, oh gosh, I wish I could. Let me see. Hopefully, I saved it. I didn't show you guys this lovely card I got from Elizabeth Jensen. I think that's how you say her last name. It was a lovely, lovely card. Very pretty. And there's a very lovely message inside. And she calls me, or she refers to my videos as visiting with a dear auntie. So yeah, so it's very nice. I was thrilled. I was thrilled. Yeah. And like she had a very nice message, and uh she had gotten some, she had got some of my fabric, and there was a needle in one of them, so she sent me the needle back. Which I have more needles than Carter has little liver pills. Um, but that was nice of her to send it back and send it. I believe she made this card, and it is very cute. It looks like it is some quilting material with a little cross stitch on it, and that's um, stitched onto the fabric in the background. A really cute idea. Really cute idea. So that was very nice. You've got a different system for each project, Kelly. I picture you as the Wicked Witch of the West. Ah, thanks a lot. No kidding. Oh my. Just joking. You love all that I've done for the. Well, thank you. Thank you. I have certainly tried to be a positive influence on the stitching community. Lily's mama, you learned how to stitch by stitching in hand, which is cool and all, but you need to learn how to better use Q-snaps. My sister thinks I'm magic and can do a mirabilia by hand. Well, you know, there are people that do. And you know what? That brings up another thought. I read this on Facebook posts all the time. In fact, I was just reading one this morning where people were talking about or asked the question, do you stitch a heaven and earth design in hand? And there are, I'm sure, people that do and can do that. What blows my mind is if you have this gymongous, and depending on what count fabric you're using and the size of the chart, you have this gymongous piece of fabric, and how do you hold that to get to the middle and stitch in the middle of that piece of fabric? But what I see all too often, and I don't know that, I think it's just an educational thing that not everybody understands. But if you're using a hoop or a Q-snap that you're holding in your hand, that's not stitching in hand, that's stitching on a frame. To stitch in hand, the only thing in your hand is your piece of fabric, your needle and thread. Nothing else. Nothing else. That's stitching in hand. And I see, I've seen it more than several times this morning when I was reading this one particular post of people saying, yes, I stitch in hand with a hoop. That's not stitching in hand. That's stitching with a hoop. So I do think it's that people don't understand that it is an educational thing. So just to put it out there, stitching in hand means the only thing you're holding in your hand is your fabric and your needle with thread in it. That's it. But anyway, Lily's mama, I wish I could do it. I shouldn't put it that way. I can do it. I wish I knew how to get my stitches to lay the way I like them to lay. That's my trouble. Yeah. And you know what? I think there is a time and a place for everything. whether it be with or without a hoop or a Q-snap, whether it be in hand. And I think all have a time and a place, and it's just what you prefer. You just kit it up full coverage using the slip and stitch floss storage. I like the tidiness of the storage, but haven't figured out if I should use a binder or an expandable file. The pages. I put mine in a binder, Kelly. You mean these? Oops. You mean these? Oh, God. I have mine in a binder, and I find that to be the easiest. And I can tell you when you're pulling one strand out, when you're pulling just one strand out, hold your finger on the top of the floss so that all of it doesn't come back out. Or is the slip and stitch floss something different? Different but similar. Okay, I have to look that up and see what that is. But yeah, I would, yeah, try and find, try it both ways. Yeah. Lily's mama, I have not tried railroading when I was stitching in hand. And I guess that would be my next question to you. When you stitch in hand, do you use the sewing method or do you stick and stab? Because I would, if I'm going to stitch in hand, I want to sew. I don't want to stick and stab. And maybe that's my problem. Jackie, yeah, a lot of people put their extra fabric in a pillowcase. My question is, if you're, say, doing a heaven and earth design and it's a ginormous piece of fabric and you're stitching in hand, how do you get to the middle of the fabric to stitch there? If you're going to roll it from the side, that roll might be so big that it doesn't fit in your hand. Even if you scrunch it. So that's where I get stumped. Okay, so you switch back and forth. Okay. Okay, Allison, you never stitched in hand, so you're lost. Yeah, it's confusing. It if you haven't done it or haven't seen someone do it. So, okay. Have fun on your Zoom call. I roll from the sides and use the clips meant for towels to connect to a beach chair. Oh, okay. Just start all the things you'll never get to the middle. You know what? You're probably right. Start all the things, work around the outside. Maybe. maybe you'll get to the middle once you get the outside finished. Oh, well, let's see. If you start all the things, work around the outside, and you never get to the middle, you could take out the middle and finish off those edges and use it as a picture frame. There you go. Yeah. Probably Lily's mama. Yeah, maybe some kind of a standard, or try that little trick. Oh, yeah, I kind of like, let's start them, work around the outside. Then when we aren't gonna finish it, just take the middle out, and you might have a nice picture frame. It put something else in the put a print in the middle, a print of the piece that you were gonna stitch, or make it a tree skirt. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of inventive things that we could do with it. Because you know what, you're kind of right. We start all these things. Are we ever really going to get them finished? No, these stockings I do need to finish. I promised my daughter and my son-in-law that they would get Christmas stockings because the kids have them. So I wanted to make sure that they had some too. So I got to at least finish those. What happens after that remains to be seen. Okay, guys. Well, doggy timeout call. Oh my goodness. In quilting, we call it a design choice. Yes. Creative license. Mhm. Yeah. Just, hey, you know what? A pattern is just that, a pattern. No one says you have to follow it exactly. Make it your own. So if you want to make a timeout collar, go right ahead. Or a picture frame. Or, something else. Whatever. It's just add some elastic and it could be a skirt. Oh my God, you guys crack me up. No wonder I like doing these videos. You guys crack me up. When we need a good laugh. Yeah, you just, creative license. You do whatever your vision is. Because you know what? What my new motto, well, not it's not new, but my motto is now, there are no rules. The only rules are the ones you set for yourself. So, you know what? Have at it. Have at it. Change the colors. The design is just a starting point. It's, change it. Change colors. Add motifs to it. Take motifs out. Alter it however you want. It's just a guide. Yeah. Yeah. So do what you want. Okay, guys. I think we're coming up on 2 hours here. It is now lunchtime here. So, unless you guys have some more questions or something else, there you go. Tell your boy, no rules. No rules. The only rules are the rules you make for you in your stitching. Or tell your boss you're making your own rules. Go ahead. Okay, so with that, my dear people, I think we're gonna call it a day. Uh, yeah, I'm looking at almost two. Oh, and I think I'm dropping some frames every now and again. So I will catch you next time. Look for some more videos that will, yeah, time really did fly, didn't it? Um, Look for some more videos that will go into the book of knowledge. Who somebody told me I should write a book. Well, I think it's more fun to do a live book on here. So, that will be around for a long, long, long time. So I hope all of you have a wonderful day and a wonderful rest of the week. And thanks for stopping by. Hit the like button, everyone. Please hit the like button. But thanks for stopping by. I do truly love each and every one of you. You are all a joy and bring joy to my heart. So thanks for being here. And I wish you could hang out at work with me every day. Well, I guess I need to do some more lives. What do you think? We'll have to work on that. And I will catch you all again very soon. And just remember, the only rules are the ones you set for yourself. Have a great day, and I will see you all next time.